Hey, I've got a tip for you today about building trust with your traffic. One of the things that I was asked about recently was, how do you build trust with your traffic? How do you get your traffic to move from landing on your site to actually putting some faith into what you're sharing with them and getting them to interact with you to eventually, hopefully, become fans, become clients, to work with you? What's the key to that? How do you make that process happen? So there's a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing is that it matters how your traffic finds you. There is a reason that when things go viral, it's amazing the results you get. And that's because if I tell you, hey, my stuff's great, come check it out, okay, you might come to my blog, you might look at it, but you might be a little jaded, cynical, not sure if it's gonna work, right? But if your best friend tells you, hey, go check out this blog, it's got really great information, what happens? You come with a different frame of mind, right? You come thinking, my best friend recommended this, I know it's gonna work. I know it's worth checking out. So that's one thing to look at, is what are your traffic sources? Because if you can start with that referral, if you can start with that social proof that what you're teaching works, then you're already ahead of the game a little bit. The second thing is you've gotta get people to take action. You've gotta inspire some type of action from them, because if you can get your reader to read your content, to implement just something little, something tiny, and they see results from it, they're gonna say, hey, what you taught me worked. What you showed me made a difference. I'm gonna come listen to you some more. I'm gonna continue learning from you. So that's one of the biggest keys, is you've got to figure out, how do you get your audience to not just read what you're sharing, not just skim through it, not just maybe click the share button, but to actually take action, to do something with what you're teaching them. A couple of things you can do to make that happen. Number one, give people an action step. So when you present a theory, when you present a, here's ABC, what you should be doing, here's some different strategies, here's some different tactics, don't just leave it at that. Tell them what their next step should be. Say, hey, here's what you need to do to make this work for you. I want you to identify A, B, C, and do X, Y, Z. Now, the smaller you can make that action, the more likely people are to take a step. However, as is the case with something like the Ultimate Blog Challenge, sometimes people need a really big challenge, a really big action step to get them to give it a shot. So, try both. See what works for you, because it can go both ways with little or big action. The point is, get them in action, get them doing something, implementing something, because when they try it and it works for them, that's where the trust starts to happen. When they see that working. Now you can also build trust other ways. When you profile clients, you profile people who have used your strategies and it's worked. You've got their testimonials, you've got them sharing tips, you've got case studies, things like that. Build trust quickly, because people see, again, what you're teaching worked for someone. And they can make it work for them. They can see themselves in that place and identify with your case study or your client. So you've got to get someone to take action. Then you've got to highlight that action and show how it works, so that you build that trust. People see, hey, this is real, this isn't snake oil, this isn't something crazy, this is stuff that works right now. If I try it, I can get results. So you want to build trust with your readers, give them something specific they can do that will get them a result. And when they get that result, they're gonna start to trust you. They're gonna see that what you're teaching is working. So figure out how you can apply that to your business. What's one little action step that you know from working with clients, from working with your family, your friends, what's one action step you know can make a huge difference? What's one little change someone can make that will get them closer to the result they want? Figure that out, and then figure out a way to motivate your blog readers to take that action, to get them to test out that little step or that big step. And from there, you'll start to build that trust. You'll start to see that they can see the results are there, that what you're teaching is working. So there's a quick tip on how to build trust with your readers.